one of the world's topmost journal called Nature Plant. This paper was published not by Indians. This paper was published by researchers from Oxford University. They came to Maharashtra. Na Marathi jante, na Hindi jante. But they come here all the way. Everyone comes here. They can take a look from above. So they came here to Maharashtra, did a small survey, and wrote this paper in Nature. The title of the paper, is, they called it Asiatic cotton. Basically, it is Desi cotton. Asiatic cotton can be equally profitable as Desi cotton in Maharashtra. And they have their data in there. Now, why is it that these 4 researchers from Oxford University will have to tell me that, will have to tell you this? We are unable to see. If I would have said the same thing, heart of hearts, many of you would be thinking, what is he talking about? Kaun sa desi cotton hai? Kya pehle nahi tha kya? But I'm not saying this. I don't even know those people. Somebody else from Oxford University, not a small-time university. Oxford University se Maharashtra mein aake, in the dryland conditions, they are telling us in a paper published in Nature that look, Desi cotton can be as profitable, if not more profitable, in Maharashtra, in your drylands of Maharashtra. And we have been saying this for years and years. My scientist colleagues, they have been telling me, not now, when we joined, that Desi cotton is better. I'm going to club this with yet another paper that was published. Actually, there were 2 papers published by Dr. Srinivasan, ex-director of CIRCOT. He published it in 2011. I remember the genesis of the paper because after a CAB meeting in Mumbai, in fact, the 2 of us were traveling back by car, and I was arguing with him. He's a wonderful man, open to argument. He argues, but he is actually receptive. If he is fighting with you, you know that he is assimilating. And I knew when this paper came that he had assimilated, because what he fought for, he wrote exactly the reverse. His fight was, he said, what Desi are you talking about? What are these varieties, these university people? We were talking about a variety called Parbani Turab, PA255, which was just around, some of these university people had released it, a Desi, which was 28 to 29 mm length and 23 GTEX. Micronair was 4, like American cotton, but this was Desi. Now, what is this Desi cotton? Just in case friends do not know, I must tell you, Desi cotton is a species called Gossypium arboreum, which has its origins in India. You throw the seed anywhere in India, it doesn't have to adapt, it will grow. Bharatiya hai. At heart, it is an Indian. Throw the seed, I am telling you, because drought, excess rain, saline soil, sodic soil, desert soil, hilly soil, whatever, wherever, this fellow will grow. Ye Desi hai, son of Nagpur. But besides that, there's something else in it. Diseases, immune. The leaf curl virus is a dreaded disease in North India. It doesn't touch this Desi, whereas American cotton aata hai to usko kha lega. American cotton is susceptible to damn everything. All diseases, all insect pests, so you have to spray. My colleagues from Bayer should be happy, but still. I'm sure they will also be happy with Desi, because it means a lot for the country. Desi. Yes, sir. There are several other varieties. So what did Dr. Srinivasan do? He took these varieties, he compared it with American cotton, and the final concluding, there are 6 or 7 points, brilliant. He concludes, he says, that at 30, 40 counts, these new Desi improved varieties are actually superior to the American cotton varieties. American cotton, which is called Gossypium hirsutum, was introduced into this country in 1790. Until 1850, it didn't grow properly. But after that, of course, we struggled. And when Britishers left, 97.5% of this country was under Desi. They did not succeed. They tried very hard because they wanted cotton for their Manchester and Lancashire. They did not succeed. Angrez gaye, we succeeded. Today, Desi cotton is less than 2%. But what am I trying to say? That on one hand, Desi cotton has the kind of fiber which is good for all other purposes, mattresses, knitting, surgical cotton, whatever. All that non-spinnable, Desi is the best. The world's best mattresses are made from Desi. Micronair 7, 8, can you get in any? You can't. Desi. But the same Desi is also giving you micronet 4. It can give you length and strength, and with a little bit of science. Unfortunately, less than 4 or 5% of Indian scientists are working on Desi. Videshi chahiye. Nobody told them anyway. Life went on like that. But today, friends, if these Oxford scientists are telling us, there's sense in that. Because if we focus on it, we can win the war. Primarily because the cost of cultivation can be less than 1/3. You don't have to spray. Desi doesn't ask you for fertilizers. Give it a little bit, Desi is happy. Like all of us. Bas thoda sa chahiye. It's like that. This can solve the problem. But we need to believe. We need to believe that we can win the war with what is Indian. It is not just about Make in India. Make in India should be by Indians with everything that is Indian, not someone coming to India and showing us the technology, making us work for them. That is not Make in India for me. For me, India, made in India, Make in India, Make India, whatever, it's all India. And this species is India. And we will win the war. High density, colleagues, I think I've spoken so much about it for so many years. People will remove my surname and they'll put me, maybe they'll give me some kind of title as Sagan Kranti or Sagan Keshav or whatever it is. But then I believe, because this is a global technology. All across the globe, they've been doing this. And I'm not surprised. It has to be that way. We need to learn how to make our own systems with these rain-fed conditions. Just a simple statistics for those who haven't heard me. I can see some new faces, so therefore I was also telling my colleagues just before I started, I said, I'm going to talk, but not for you, for the others. Now, what is it? The simplest thing is, in China, now I'm taking references. In fact, the area in Maharashtra today, it's interesting, area in Maharashtra is larger than any other country in the world. China, because China has reduced down to just about 38 and Maharashtra is 40 lakh hectares. So, China, in the northern part, my colleague, Dr. Yidang Wu, was telling me in a mail and subsequently as well, that the plant population is 3.3 lakh per hectare. In India, the average is just something like 13,000, 14,000 per hectare. You're talking about 3 lakh plants. How do they do it? Even I couldn't understand. I was calculating, I was saying 30 by 10. I spoke to my friends, but then he said it is called a paired row. Plants they are in a row, 10 centimeter, 10 between the rows, 10, and then the next row it is 30 centimeters. They get to 3.3 lakhs. What is the beauty of that? The beauty is simple. Even if each plant gives you 1 bowl, friends, do you know how much you'll get? 40 quintals per hectare. Can you do this? What's happening with that kind? 2-3 bowls and they're talking about 40 quintals. Even with 2 lakh plants, 5 bowls per plant will give you 40 quintals per hectare. Just 5 bowls. Today, if you have 10,000 plants, 1 meter by 1 meter, each plant will have to give you 100 bowls of 4 grams each, and then you will reach 40 quintals. So what are you expecting the farmer in Vidarbha in these rain-fed conditions? What are you expecting the breeder? When the breeder is trying to make these big plants, he loses out on the quality. That's what I was trying to tell. Even in the poor African countries, the quality is good. Why is it so? Because when you have to breed a small plant with 6 to 7 bowls, you get all the quality. It's easy life for the breeder. You can get a big bowl, you can get length, strength, micronet, whatever, because you are not looking at the number of bowls. But when you are looking at large number of bowls, you have lost the war even before you started it. These are problems. One difference before I leave, before I conclude, one glaring difference between India and the rest of the world, why we walked into this kind of a trap which seems so very difficult. India was the only country where the average insecticide usage was something like 20 to 22 applications per season. No other country in the world. Maybe a little bit Pakistan, 14, 15. But why is it that this happens only in India? Why did it happen like that? The simplest difference that I could see was that the duration of cotton crop All across the globe is 150 to 160 days. Because the plant has to give you just 5 to 6 bolls. The window is narrow. The insect pests are very few because all of them are sort of synchronous for the machine picking. India, it's not like that. Where there is a window of 15 days for flowering, in India you have a 90-day window for flowering. You walk into the field anytime, it is flowering. So it invites insects. Inviting insects, all hybrids were like that. We need to have a complete revamp of the system. That system was also dangerous from the moisture point of view for rain-fed conditions. The longer duration it is, what kind of duration are we talking about? 8 months, 9 months, 10 months. Believe me, 11 months also in Gujarat, also in Maharashtra. A little bit of rain here and some irrigation, they extend the crop. Price acha tha. Is that the kind of cotton? India is the only country where this is happening. So in an awful manner, even before BT cotton came in, we had hybrids, long duration flowering period. So it goes on, ajao, 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 and all these moths will come, lay their eggs all the time. And entomologists are going there, hey, keeda aa gaye, Bayer is coming there, many other insecticide companies, everyone, it's good business. I can have my life as a scientist because I get research projects. Jitna jada keeda, utna jada research projects. Everything goes on. Everyone is benefited except the cotton and the farmer. Longest window. We should destroy this. Destroy this. It's possible only. Make a radical shift back to the varieties. Short duration varieties, early sowing, escape the pest. Even desi cotton, it became vulnerable to the pink bollworm. There's a bollworm called pink bollworm, which is a December pest because of the long duration. Even desi cotton, take it in a short duration, the pink bollworm is gone. Doesn't come. Boll bursting is over and the pink bollworm is flying in the sky. What to do, it doesn't know. Many countries did that. With a short duration, they escaped out all the worms. And here we are. We made life difficult for ourselves, for cotton, for farmers. Moisture stress, the longer the duration, the maximum moisture stress. When does cotton plant need moisture most? When it is forming the bolls. Green boll formation phase needs water. Therefore, drip is successful, irrigation is successful because you can give water to the plant when it needs most. But under a typical rain-fed condition, you can't do that because you have extended the crop. Flowering, the boll formation starts sometime in October, late September, October when the soil is dry. A short duration crop, it escapes that. It escapes the insects. I am supremely confident that a shift in systems, everything should change and we should be the harbingers of change. All of us put together. Yields 2000 kg. Sir, his target, the concept was 1000 kilograms for India. I am saying 2000 is not a distant dream. Provided we take the right policy decisions, it's just the belief. It is just the kind of thinking that if we think right, and it is possible, the climate will be there, the soil will be there, nothing will change. But our science will change, our thinking will change. And yes, of course, for the farmer with the lowest cost of cultivation, if you are able to give him the best quality and the quantity, we will be winners together. Thanks once again for coming to Visit, and thanks for inviting. I hope all of us together at no point of time, whatever differences might creep in any collaborative tie, any marriage, whatever it is, differences can be there, but when we know that we have a challenge before us and it's not a simple challenge, this association, this collaboration should be the strongest. It must be as strong as steel. And we should not waver. We will be there. I pledge support from our side. And of course, Dr. Maisab says it's always very nice to hear him say, from CICR we are there. Sir, he is always a part. He is there with us. Together, my colleagues are sitting here, the four of them who have come here, Dr. Sandhya Kranti, Dr. Blaise D'Souza, Dr. Venugopalan and Dr. Suman Bala Singh. I invited them over because this is going to be the beginning of an association and they will be there with you. Of course, I am there. But still, it should make a difference to Vidarbha. It should make a big deal, huge deal of difference to the farmers of Vidarbha. If we win the war in Vidarbha, friends, take it, you can win anywhere in the world. And our battle begins here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Kranti. Firstly, I would like to correct my statement. He is not son of Vidarbha, he is son of India. He is son of India, he is nothing less. So we all have seen how much scientific his knowledge and his approach has been, and how he will assist, his contribution, his knowledge is going to assist this project in reaching its goal. Just when he was speaking, Kotak ji shared his idea. Kotak ji told me that he tried one of the desi varieties Tuyap in Gujarat, and he had very, very positive results, and very, very optimistic he is about using such kind of varieties. So friends, now moving forward, we have Mr. C.D. Lal, as Kotak ji already pointed out. Sorry, Mr. M.B. Lal. Yeah, sorry, Mr. M.B. Lal. He is the one who actually started the technology mission on cotton, one of the key projects in ensuring the value that cotton has achieved in today's textile sector, the ginning industry which has prospered on that basis. So he will share his ideas on this project. Mr. M.B. Lal.
Thank you, Vishalji. Dr. Mai, Dr. Kranti, Patodia ji, Suresh Bhai Kotak, and other dignitaries on the dais, and my learned friends. First of all, I would like to compliment Citi and also Bayer for the excellent performance in Rajasthan, which a lot of people have already said. Not only the production has doubled, the yield has also doubled. We can't expect better result than this. And I hope with their now coming to this Vidarbha region, which is badly requires such assistance, the growers, traders and the mill owners all are going to be benefited. I will not take much time. I would like to give a few suggestions only with what all the dignitaries have already said. But before that, I am highly impressed with the excellent presentation of Dr. Kranti. I have always been saying for so many years that we have best scientists in the world. Best scientists, best brains. And I have been requesting Patodia ji and Suresh Bhai Kotak, you have an organization like ISKI and CICR and all that. Why don't you put all these scientists together and see how our yield can increase, how we can develop better seeds which will give better outturn. In the Indian cottons, we are giving only 30 to 35% outturn, while even in African cottons are giving 40% outturn. So there is a lot on which scientists can contribute, and on my request, Patodia ji, Suresh Bhai, they had an excellent brainstorming session, probably in Nagpur itself, about a year back. And minutes were drawn, and it was decided how the yield can increase, how quality can increase, what all blah 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 can be done. Today, Dr. Kranti has also given excellent suggestions as to how in India also our yields cannot increase. What is to be done, what is not to be done, at least I am highly impressed, Dr. Kranti. Unfortunately, my problem is, why can't this translate into action? 1 year back, we had a brainstorming session, minutes were drawn, result is zero. Dr. Kranti is having excellent suggestions. There is nobody to translate into action in the country. I think, it is my view, I don't know how far I am correct, there are two ways by which these suggestions can be implemented and our cotton problems can be solved. One is that government should have a forum. We should listen to the scientists and try to implement it. If they think that it is really correct. That is the easiest way out. But according to me, most difficult. Government, if at all they would have listened, they would have listened by now. So the other alternative which I can think of, why can't we have a forum of mill owners, the scientists, the traders, a small core group, we should debate and select the suggestions of our excellent scientists and have a dialogue one-to-one with government and ensure and press them that if they are right, why not you implement it? This is my suggestion. I don't know how far I am correct. If the dignitaries feel that there is some logic in this, please try to do it. Otherwise, we are wasting the talent of such excellent scientists which we are having in our country. ISCI is a full organization of scientists. You can talk, you can expect anything from them, but we are not able to utilize. We have not been succeeding in doing anything in that. Anyway, this was just out of context with what Dr. Kranti has said. My suggestions are only few. What have they done in Rajasthan? Outstanding, wonderful. That should be implemented here also. But in addition to that, I will suggest that the linkage between the grower and the ginner also should be implemented. Ginners are nearest to the growers. Ginners can educate the growers in the best possible manner and most easily. My suggestion will be that you are now doing this project in Varda. Please call the ginners of that area. You are having so many Kisan Melas and all these things. Educate the ginners first. Tell them what should be done, how can they educate the growers, and you are having the best management practices. Dr. Kranti can also suggest a lot of things which the growers should do, which these ginners can guide them. They should enroll the ginners, the growers in that area, ginners. And the growers will be very happy if you could arrange good quality inputs for them at cost. No grower wants it free, but they want somebody should give them the good quality inputs. That is one role which the ginner can give. In return, grower from the ginner from that area will get good quality cotton. They will be getting premium for that cotton. The example before you is that Veerchand Narsi of Malkapur, he is doing that, and there is a queue of them for buying their quality cotton. And by properly distributing the inputs and collecting cotton from those growers, they are making huge profits. So this will be good for the ginner, this will be good for improving our quality, because according to me the need of the hour is, now technology mission has done enough for increasing the production in the country. It will now increase on its own, you don't have to do much. What is required is improving the quality of cotton, one. Secondly, the quality of cotton can be by two ways. One is better picking methods, better marketing in the market yards, better processing of cotton. The other thing which is required is to develop better quality seeds which should give you better quality of cotton, and we should give you better outturn, which may require less cost of cultivation. As Dr. Kranti has suggested, there may be some varieties. The scientists are the best judge which varieties they should develop. But these are the things on which the country is required to focus. And ginners should be integrated in that, and whatever project you are developing in Varda, please try to involve the ginners also. I think they should be able to help in improving the quality, improving the productivity and your project. I will not take much time. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lal, for your ideas and suggestions, which we surely will try to follow. Now, friends, we have the moment that we have been waiting for. We all would like to know how this project has been planned, how it has been successfully carried out in the region of Rajasthan. So what all things are planned, how it's going to move forward. These clarities will be given to us by Mr. S.A. Ghorpade, who has been the advisor to Citi CDRA and who has championed this project in earlier time. Thank you.
Before I start with my presentation, I would like to share with you the background of collaborative project. Why collaborative project? Before starting collaborative project, we are working in various states, and our experience showed that the agriculture departments of state were preoccupied with a lot of things, as a result of which they were not in a position to give enough time for extension work. Our efforts with the regional associations to this kind of extension work really doesn't yield the results we were expecting. And therefore we thought that, well, this was an area where, if at all we want to work, we have to strengthen the hands of agriculture department. Idea is not, let me share with you, is not to substitute the setup of agriculture department. It is only to complement, support, strengthen that support. And therefore, while implementing this, we decided that we should have our own infrastructure to supplement the efforts of this agriculture department. Now, it is therefore collaborative project, collaboration of stakeholders, no doubt about that. That was really contemplated, but while doing that, there were some stakeholders which were left out. Now, in this project in Wardha, we are trying to correct that. Again, the initiative was, of course, that of CDRA, but let me be very, very honest with you. The kind of cooperation which came from the state government of Rajasthan was really excellent. In the sense, the Commissioner for Agriculture issued a directions to all the district agriculture officers, deputy directors, that will get involved, not involved in project. A district level implementation committee was set up, providing for the deputy director of agriculture as a nodal officer. The persons involved in this were the persons who were partners in the implementation of the project. The scientists from KVKs, scientists from agriculture research stations. Now, as a result of that, a platform was created for on day-to-day basis monitoring of the project. Now, the staff which was, I will do away with this because I will be better placed to share with you instead of going by this presentation. The staff which was really posted to supplement the efforts of the state government, scouts. These were really the resource persons. They were developed as resource persons by imparting them training. Now, what kind of training? Of course, the training of various technologies, there is absolutely no doubt on that. But it was not a training at one go. It was systematic, stage-based. What is the stage of the crop? What is to be needed? What is to be done? What is needed to be done? Only that portion was